Then underneath, there are quad exhaust pipes, but they're not really functional. You can also see the Sony speakers just pop up on the top part of the dashboard.
Snow mode. Sand mode.
1, 2, 3. Ooh. Hey guys, this is Jaecoo. Welcome to the channel. This is the all-new Omoda 9 SHS. Today we are going to go for a full POV drive, including the interior exterior walk-around. First thing, let's look at the exterior. Alright, what is the all-new Omoda 9? This is the current SHS system available under the Chery Auto Group. Omoda is being sold with the Jaecoo brand in the New Zealand market. Combined with all the Chery vehicles available in the New Zealand and Australian market, this is currently the most expensive Chery you can buy on the market. Pricing starts from $68,990 plus ORC for the New Zealand market. There is kind of only one spectrum available. This one is fully equipped for the New Zealand market. Now, from the exterior, this particular paint color is called Shadow Grey. It's finishing a matte grey finish and it does look really, really nice. I do love the exterior styling. Along with that, the vehicle has got a crazy amount of features and crazy amount of EV range available. The EV battery on this vehicle is a 34 kWh battery with combined WLTP range over 145 or NEDC range over 165 kilometers. Along with that, the vehicle has also got 3 EV motors along with a petrol motor at the front. Now, let's have a look at the exterior first. For the dimension-wise, this vehicle is just over 4.7 meters long, over 1.8 meters wide. The wheelbase sits over 2.8 meters. So it is not a small compact size SUV, it is more of a medium-sized SUV on the market. On the plug-in hybrid market, this could compete with something like a GWM Haval H6 GT, BYD Sealion 6, maybe potentially the MG HS PHEV, Leap Motor C10 RE-EV, or even its own brand, Jaecoo J7, also the Chery Tiggo 8, something similar. But this one has one of the craziest styling, and along with that, probably a crazy amount of features and also acceleration available. But at the end of the day, this is also one of the most expensive along those things. Now, in terms of the exterior styling, let's start from the front. First thing is these LED daytime running lights. They are going through here and also curved on the side. Very aggressive styling at the front. When you see this car driving on the road, you're going to notice this either way. There is also a running light bar at the front. Full LED headlights are also available. There's some decoration on the side. I don't think they are functional, but then you also get this diamond sort of star light at the front. The grille looks, again, very, very aggressive. Omoda on the top, just the letters over here. So this is the front. Then on the side, we are getting a big 20-inch alloys available on the Omoda 9 for the New Zealand market. Two-tone diamond cut finish alloys, red calipers, and very strong brakes as well. Now the wheel arch is plastic panels, underneath some silver trims, over here a silver line, and you got NFC card reader over here, black trims on the doors, and then roof rails on the top. I really love this seat pillar over here. That's very sleek, and then it creates a big amount of boot space at the back. Now coming to the back, this is also a really good design. Running through tail light bars with some dots on the side. That looks very stylish anyway. Omoda logo again at the back, Omoda 9 on the side, all-wheel drive and PHEV on the right. Now on top you get a slopey roofline, small spoiler on the top, plus the brake lights just on the top. Then underneath there are quad exhaust pipes, but they're not really functional. You can definitely see, yeah, they're just fake exhaust for some reasons. Over here we got silver trims, black panels underneath, and parking sensor, plus surround view cameras all around the vehicle. So yeah, that's the Omoda 9's exterior styling. Now on your passenger side, press this, you can open the charging cover. You are going to have a Type 2 plus CCS DC charging. The charging rate AC is up to 6.6 kilowatts and DC is up to 50 kilowatts also. It does support vehicle to load function, and remember the EV range could go up to 160 something kilometers under the NEDC cycle. Over here, press that, that's the tailgate. Of course, power tailgate with keyless access is always standard. Once we open the tailgate, we can see a big, nice square place with over 660 liters of boot volume. That's very useful. It's pretty wide, pretty long as well. Then underneath, you're going to get a small storage area for your charging cables and your tire repair kit. You can drop the seats by going forward over here. That means and 60 split seats. Once you drop that, it's going to be more than 1,700 liters of boot volume. Now on the right side of the vehicle, that's the petrol tank. In terms of petrol, it's recommended to do 95 or above. When you open the door, it's a wide and good opening. The seat base is really long, so it's got good support, and the back can be adjusted using these buttons over here, backwards or forward, just like that. On the door side, you are going to get an electronic button to open the door, also a mechanical button to open the door in an emergency situation. Over here, that's the window control, just like that. Along with that, the vehicle comes with a 12 Sony speakers sound system. Let's step inside and get the seats all the way back. So, the front has been set to my driving position. I'm about 178 centimeters tall. I've got great amount of space at the back, great amount of foot space. I love the floor is absolutely flat. There's no hump whatsoever, even if this is a four-wheel drive vehicle. Anyway, close the door. Feels very, very solid. It is good weight on the vehicle doors, and I love the opening is reasonably high as well. The roofline isn't super tall, but you still get good amount of headroom for me. Pockets over here, air vents in the center. You do have heated seats and also air vents controls over here for your climate controls, just like that. Over here, cup holders, and then underneath, you also get one USB-A and one Type-C charging cable. That's pretty much about the exterior. It's very, very comfortable. Let's try the second row, middle seats. It's still not too bad. I've got good amount of foot space and legroom in front of me. Only thing is the seat base, kind of firmer compared to the side. And I love the seats, by the way. There are ISOFIX points. There are anchor points at the back. On top of that, you also get a full panoramic sunroof that opens up and close. Very comfy at the back. That's the short verdict. Now, for the driver's seat, opening this is pretty easy. You can set two different setups. One is to when you approach it, this automatically opens up, unlocks the door straight away. Or second way is to press this to unlock it. Whatever you choose, you can easily do that. When you open the door, you can also see the easy entry and easy access for me. And yeah, it's much easier to get inside with how this set up. Now, this is the interior of the Omoda 9. Electric seats, adjustable, memory seating over here, central locking over there. In the setting, you can also set up the cooling and heating function for the vehicle. There is also additional lumbar support button underneath. Just like the rear door, you are able to use the mechanical or electrical button to open the door. Touches wise, very nice soft touch, leather material just all around it, leather material on the top, leather material around the center armrest and things. So there are good amount of leather and soft touch finishes for you. Now, in terms of the steering, this is similar in terms of button functions along with all the other Jaecoo and Omoda vehicles. On the right, media buttons and also the menu buttons on the right, and cruise control button or speed limiter buttons on the left. Facial detection monitoring system over here. They're still not the best, but they work much, much better compared to the Generation 1 Jaecoo when first introduced, which has been updated, by the way, for that whole system. The steering does have additional trims over here, which makes it feel a little bit more premium. And then your gear shifter is on the right, your indicator is on the left. The dashboard and also the center screen are both 12.3 inch, so they do function really, really well. Once you just put your foot on the brake, the screen will start just like that. You get good amount of information. I like the background is also dark colored, so it does not feel too bright at daytime and night. You can click over here to change your information. You can also enable the navigation. That means you can actually do a full navigation setup over here. Just like that. Otherwise, press and hold. That's gone back. that's pretty much about all the navigation or all the screen unit over there. In front of us, there's also a nice head-up display, which works okay. Along with that, you can also see the Sony speakers just pop up on the top part of the dashboard. Now, coming to this side, this screen is also good amount of response time, and there is also quite good amount of features, everything you can use, and you can swipe left and right in your sort of dashboard on your main menu, or click over here. You can have access to all the apps that's available. You have new energy apps that control the vehicle, energy flow, power management, and all the other things. You can also change your region braking over here. Under the vehicle settings, there are simply way too many features to go through by today. Vehicle settings, you can set up about all the vehicle controls, smart key, how you want to unlock the vehicle, driver assistance, all the safety technologies, lighting, set up how you want the lights. One cool thing is you can actually set up your smart welcome lights at the front, which you can see at nighttime. Again, I will do a night POV drive video and light video for the night vision to show you how this vehicle looks like. Then other settings, you can have vehicle settings over here. Along with that, you do have the driver view recorder, something like that. You can actually record the vehicle in front of you, but you do have to have a SD card, which is located just inside the vehicle. You can also have the ambient lightings. You can set up so many colors. They do go around on the top part over here, along with the dashboard, and then also under the air vents. So they do look really, really cool. I really love these lighting panels flowing and breathing, so that actually you can see they are changing colors underneath. Also, they're not super bright into your eyes. They are very subtle at night, give you a nice overall atmosphere. So I do enjoy that. Anyway, that's pretty much about the screen. Overall, it is really good response, but then there's also sometimes lack of controls. If you go into the full Apple CarPlay, there is no really direct home button to go out of that. You have to either swipe up or swipe down or click something to go out of that. I wish there is a direct buttons for home, for music, for anything else, if something can be personalized over here. But anyway, it's okay. Along with that, I forgot to mention, you also get wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. They both work all right. You are getting some pretty right buttons on the left for your volume on and off on the left. I guess that helps with passengers to control things, because on the driver, you can just use the steering. Then underneath, we are getting some cool air vent type of switches. They do look right, actually. Left is your temperature controls, right is your fan speed controls. In the middle, that's about your driving mode. You can change the vehicle to HEV, means hybrid. EV means pure EV driving. You can have the display on the top somewhere. If your EV charge is less than, let's say, 30% or 25%, it will automatically bounce to HEV to have some reserved level of battery charge. You can also shift it to this left and right.
Sport mode. Snow mode. Sand mode. Off-road mode. Eco mode. Normal mode.
There we go. Just like all the other Chery cars, it's going to do all these announcements. Anyway, yeah, I do find them really easy to use. I actually quite love the physical controls on the under the screens about the air conditioning controls, so that's okay. Underneath, wireless charging is on the left, and then on the right is just a small storage. Over here, you are getting a nice padding just on the cover, and then you can remove this cover as well for the cup holder if you wish to. So that sits there really, really well. Just like that. Underneath, you also get some additional storage, which is your security department. Speaking of departments, you do have USB-A and USB-C charging underneath, plus your 12-volt socket. Good amount of storage again. Press here, armrest is deep. They do connect to air vents as well. And then on this side, a soft opening glove box. It's pretty good actually, size-wise. And in terms of build qualities, as we mentioned, soft paddings on the top, leather paddings over here, softer materials around the dash, and some trims over here with all the leather wrapped around the passenger and driver side as well. Only when you go all the way underneath, you can find the plastic. So overall, I do love the interior, and there's so much to offer for what you can get inside. I do love the layout, how the center control, how the console looks like. Overall, it is a nice interior for sure. And then remember, you can also have a LED light on your amended mirror, and then your sun cover is like this. That's good as well. So everything around the vehicle is well built. Now let's get started and talk about the driving part. Alright, before we get on the road, let's quickly look at the visibility on the side. The mirrors are reasonably large. There's a gap over here to see your giveaways and stop signs. I think that's pretty good. The A-pillar is a little bit larger than a Witcher. There's a little bit slope over here. There is a blind spot over here, by the way. Same on the other side, because the gap between your wing mirror and A-pillar is also small. You're going to get quite a good amount of blind spot. But side is pretty good. The rear windscreen is also quite slim, quite small, but at least this cover and this glass panel over here is not super zoomed in compared to the Jaecoo, so I would take that. Front here is a little bit shrinked as well, but it's okay, it's not too bad. Anyway, let's get it on the road. So, foot on the brake, the engine or the motor will be on, and then get it on the drive, the car is good to go. There is actually no physical button for electric handbrake. The only way you can get it is through the center screen swiping down on the top. I can do it. There is a button called EPB. Otherwise, all you need to do is to get your seatbelt on and then get it ready. And yeah, that's good to go basically. Alright, let's go through some numbers on the powertrain first. It can be confusing from the start. First, the vehicle offers a 1.5-litre turbocharged petrol motor, 4-cylinder at the front. Most of the time, the petrol motor doesn't really engage unless you really need that last bit of power, and also unless you are just really low on the battery charge level. Most of the time, the petrol motor will also act as a generator that will be able to power the battery and recharge the battery at the same time. Anyway, the petrol motor offers 105 kilowatts of power and then 215 Newton meters of torque. Next thing, the vehicle comes with 3 EV motors. Yes, I'm not wrong, it is 3 EV motors. 2 at the front. One is 75 kilowatts, one is 90 kilowatts, and one at the back that offers 110 kilowatts, and then one at the back that offers 175 kilowatts. Now the combined power on the website mentioned is 395 kilowatts. It's huge, but it only kind of work, or you can only achieve that number when the vehicle is fully charged. So in most cases, I'm going to say the vehicle's power is somewhere around 300 kilowatts, or just maybe a bit more than 300 kilowatts. Still, that's more than enough of what people need during their daily drive. The 0 to 100 timer is 4.5 seconds. Again, it's super quick compared to the size and compared to the dimension, even the weight of this vehicle. Tar mass and overall weight of the vehicle is 2.2 tons, so it is not a small or light vehicle in any ways. It comes with a 34 kilowatt hour battery that offers EV range up to 169 on NEDC and up to 145 on WLTP. I would say you can easily achieve somewhere around 100 to 110 on a full EV driving during your daily drive, and again, that's more than enough for most people's daily commute through the traffic. Now let's go to the sport mode and just to see if we are able to do a bit of acceleration on this motorway roundabout, just to give it a test. Again, this car is quite fast. We don't want to break the speed limit. Alright, if you are ready, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that is scary, isn't it? Just pure acceleration with barely any sound. We were on EV mode, by the way, so that was just pure EV driving, and that's what's about on this vehicle. Most of the time, when you drive this vehicle around towns, on the traffic, also on the motorway, upper speed highway, you are just experiencing EV drives, although this car is called SHS, Super Hybrid System. But yeah, EV driving does take a lot of the driving part from this vehicle. Anyway, that's a scary acceleration either way. So in terms of acceleration and pedal response, it's really good. Even under normal mode, it's smooth. There's not much hesitation when you put the foot down. It's just very, very smooth transition, smooth driving. The vehicle is 3-speed DHT, a direct hybrid transmission, but it does not feel like anything compared to all the other 3-speed you get from the old petrol or diesel vehicles back in the days. The 3-speed is more of a transition between the hybrid to the EV or to the charging status. It's more like a 3-stage transmission instead of 3-speed transmission. Anyway, in terms of driving, very smooth, very quiet. On the road, riding is also very, very comfortable. Even under sport mode, the vehicle does offer a McPherson strut at the front and then multi-link suspension setup at the back. It also offers a thing called CDC, Continuously Damper Control. The Continuous Damper Control, CDC, means it will use some electronics to quickly control the dampers depending on the road conditions at the front. So give it a rather relaxing drive or firm drive if the road conditions are not the best. In a quick word, it's very comfy on the road to travel when you are driving on straight lines like this, and it's pretty good. The steering handling is alright. It's not superb in terms of sport feeling, but they are quite solid. Now we're going to go through on the corners, and let's talk about the cornering and also the handling on the vehicle, just to give it a try again as well. And along with that, I forgot to mention, on the motorway, it's really quiet. There is a little bit wind noise today specifically, but there's not much of other noises. The tires is a good brand, Michelin to be exact, and the vehicle build quality is exceptional for its price, so you're not going to be disappointed for its drive and also build quality. Now come to the handling part. I've shifted the vehicle specifically to sport mode as the steering and also dampers get stiffer under the sport mode. You are able to feel that when you drive on the corners, but either way, it is still a relatively heavy vehicle for handling, so it's not super sharp on the corners. At the same time, you are going to get some body rolls and also potentially understeer in some ways. It is not a demanding vehicle for its handling machine. It is more of a family cruisy vehicle in terms of its standard handling around the motorway. Let's go back to HEV mode just to give it a try, see how the HEV would work on the driving part. All right, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Wow. It's good acceleration for sure, at least for me. I'm not sure how it's gonna capture it in the video for the video part. Anyway, let's hope we can go through this slow car in front of us. He's simply driving way too slow. You are going to see this driver monitoring system pings, by the way, as soon as I start watching the mirrors or stay on the mirror for a couple more seconds. It will start giving us pings, but it's not too bad. Most of the cases, if you're just focusing on the road, you're not going to get too many of the pings and stuff like that. And now we've done the handling part, let's quickly talk about brake part. It's not something I would, talk about every single day, but really, the brake is not the easiest to control on this vehicle. I've tried many settings. Under the vehicle setting, there is something called brake pitch control. There is also one brake force control as well. So if you're driving at sport mode, the brake is about sporty response. But the brake pitch control, that just means when you come to a stop or a complete stop, it just feels smooth in terms of harsh last stop. Either way, the brakes is quite hard to control. When you are controlling the brake, if you're giving, let's say, 20% of the brake power on the brake pedal, it does offer you that 20% response. But then when you are slowing down all the way to, let's say, 6 or 7 kilometers per hour on that speed base, and then suddenly the harsh brake will engage, and somehow you are going to get a really harsh brake in some way. So in a term, it is not really easy to control this brake to be the most comfortable brakes on the planet. If you're going to drive this vehicle under traffic, you are going to experience that. Yeah, it does not work very well between the transition between the region braking to the mechanical brake. I hope it works better, maybe if they update this system in the future. At this stage, I don't think it's working very well. But at least the brake is still quite, let's say, sporty, it's still touchy. If you want to brake, you can brake anytime, and then I can accelerate anytime. And yeah, it just got a huge amount of power. You are not going to be left behind in the traffic on this vehicle, that's for sure. Now, other things about the vehicle, overall it's an excellent drive. I do love the driving part of this vehicle, and I do love the EV driving part of this vehicle as well. If you love sort of EV driving, but you are worried about long range distance traveling on the weekends, this will be a really good option for you. The Omoda Jaecoo 9 comes with a pack of features, and there's just simply too many features to list within this video. In terms of driving, it does lack a little bit dynamic on the handling, but at the same time, it's got a huge amount of acceleration. Most people probably don't need that. You're going to shift it to eco mode or normal mode in terms of your daily drive, but overall, it is an easy car to drive. That's pretty much all I want to talk about for the Omoda 9. What do you think about this car? Please do let me know in the comments. In the future videos, I will also do a quick video to talk about things I really like and things I may not really like about this car. At the same time, I will also do a POV night drive to show you how the vehicle looks like in the night dark scenario. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next video.